We've been talking $12 lettuces, eggs being missing from supermarket shelves recently, all sorts of foods that have been in short supply. Well, bananas are the opposite. We're in a glut of bananas.
Mm.
Australia usually loves bananas. Supermarket people have told me in the past that they effectively set the price for a lot of other fruits in the supermarket because they were the thing we would grab first. Well,
Mm.
that's not happening as much anymore. We're in a period of time where we're producing quite a lot and we've got a lot of bananas on the shelves, but prices have gone up for banana farmers. Things like diesel prices, fertilizer, and chemicals are all
Mm.
costing them a lot more, and we're not buying as much. So that means that there's a lot of bananas on our shelves, and not many of us buying them. So they're mighty cheap at the moment. So maybe pass on the $12 lettuce and look for the
Yeah.
a couple of dollar a kilo banana.
Well, more potassium in your diet, the better. What is your favorite banana recipe?
I was jealously listening to you two talk about smoothies before, but I think to offer something different, I'm a bit of a camper, so I love a
Mm.
banana with a few chocolate buttons in the middle,
Oh,
wrapped up in foil and on the fire. So if you want a cheap and easy dessert that kids think is very gourmet, that's a good way to go. But otherwise, just eat them. They're one of the
yeah,
few foods that come already wrapped in their own wrapping, aren't they?
yeah,
And you don't feel bad about plastic or anything like that.
yeah,
So just grab a banana and yeah,
absolutely.
chuck one down your gob.
It is banana season now. I love this story. Gippsland father and son have won the National Ploughing Championships. Ploughing Championships. So, what were they judged on?
Yeah, this is a big deal for those playing at home. So the World Ploughing Championships are about to go ahead in Ireland in September this year. 300,000 people will go and watch the World Ploughing Championships. So
Mm.
a lot goes on there. So in Australia, our own version, the National Ploughing Championships have just been held. And Brett and Scott Lockridge, who are both from Ploughing in Victoria, dairy farming sort of country. Brett himself is a diesel mechanic, have been out and ploughing and winning the two major titles. So there's conventional ploughing and reversible ploughing, and that's to do with how the ploughing goes on. But basically, each competitor gets a plot and they're judged on the consistency of the lines, the perfection of what they're doing,
Right.
the weed control, what they're knocking out, and so forth. Now, moldboard ploughing isn't the most modern technique of putting crops in the soil, but it's a much
Mm.
loved thing and it's an international sport. So these two, Brett and Scott, not
Yeah.
unusual for father and son to win, but not unheard of, but unusual, I would say it is. So we'll have a father and son team. They go to next year's World Ploughing Championships, which we don't know where they're going to be because the previous ones were meant to be in Russia. They've now been moved to Ireland for obvious
Mm.
reasons, and we'll find out where they go from here. But the
Yeah.
Australian flags will be on tractors in September, and then next year
Yeah.
to represent our nation in ploughing championships. And I bet not many people know that goes on.
Let's talk about the milk season, the 2022-23 milk season. It started yesterday, I believe. We know that dairy farmers are enjoying high milk prices, but there's been a bidding war among the processors.
Yeah, certainly so. The milk prices have gone into overdrive over the last month or so, which is quite amazing. So, for those that don't know, the start of the new financial year means the start of a new milk price for dairy
Mm.
farmers right around Australia, and they have to know the minimum price they're going to get from any company at the start of June. And then over this last month, we've seen an extraordinary bidding war of companies. Farmers have been telling me it's like you're having five companies standing at your farm gate yelling a new milk price every couple of days, trying to get you to supply them with your milk. So, dairy farmers, when we think back only a few years ago, we were in a milk price crisis, dollar a
Yeah,
litre milk. They were
yeah.
lucky to be making sort of 30 cents out of a litre of milk, out of that dollar a litre of milk. Now, the average price is up over $9 a kilogram for milk price, the
Oh.
solids, into the $10 a kilo. So roughly as a guide, we're looking 70 to 80 cents a litre for dairy farmers. So a huge turnaround and better times ahead for the industry.